Welcome, and we are so happy that you're looking to come to worship here with us. And this is a great day, and we're going to have a great time at worship. You'll notice that I remembered to put my mask on before I got out of the car. And I had to make sure my health was good. If you have any health issues whatsoever, please stay home, get the medical attention you need, because we want everyone to be well. Now you'll notice that from the sign that our main entrance is this direction. Joy, no. We're going to come this direction. We're going to come in through the narthex area. And so here we're going to be entering through, in the Lutheran Church, we call this the narthex. And this is the area right before you come into the sanctuary, or what we call the nave. And so we're going to enter right through the narthex here, and we're going to remember to get all the things we need. And we'll enter right through this door. And I guess you see we're ready to enter worship now. And as we go into the narthex here, which the small area before you go into the sanctuary, or the nave as we call it here in the Lutheran Church, you see here we have a sign in. So we will sign in. We will then sanitize our hands. And by the way, if you forgot your mask, we have masks here for you. So know that you are welcome. But these are the doors to the sanctuary, or the nave here. And there will be a bulletin here for you as you prepare to enter into worship. And we're just glad you're here. Joy, welcome. Thanks for coming in. And I see you have food for the Second Harvest Food Bank today. Wonderful. Well, we're going to prepare to worship now. Well, we're ready to enter worship here, and you see here's where you get your bulletin, and you have an opportunity to sanitize one more time, and we enter in through the double doors. Well, we're ready to worship now, and as you see for our seating today, we have to be very careful to sit in the right place. And you see we have signs on for the seating here on the pews. And Luther's rows with a white ribbon signifies the rows where we sit. If you'll notice, the one right before it and the one right after it has a red ribbon with an X on it. And so we want to stay out of these pews so that we can maintain our social distancing. When we enter into the pew with the Luther's rows on it, we want to move to the end of the pew. We want to remember our social distancing, keeping our social distance of 6 feet as we're coming in. Now, if you are a family, say 4 or more, if you're a family, you can sit together as a family, and then we'll keep the appropriate social distancing from there. And then during the worship service today, we will remember to keep our masks on. All of the singing today is recorded, so we won't be singing out loud. We'll be singing in our hearts, but we can see the words there in the bulletin. And our responses today, we will do verbally, and our responses will be spoken responses. And so I believe we're ready to worship. And here we are. We've gotten to that point in the worship service where we're ready to receive Holy Communion, and how wonderful to be able to receive communion together again. And what we'll do is the ushers will direct you out, so there will be no confusion there. And as we prepare to go up, there's a place to sanitize our hands once again. And then as we get to the top of the ramp, there's a place to leave your offering there. And so remember to bring your offering as you come forward. And if ramps were a problem for you, you can come back around here and come up the few steps with a rail right here, and then just to file back into the line, and we will go behind the altar to receive the elements. And now we're ready to receive communion, to receive the body and blood of Christ, the bread and the wine. And you'll notice that I have gloves on to protect everyone, and we will maintain our social distancing. We'll receive the bread on one end of the back of the altar, and we'll receive the wine on the other end of the back of the altar, keeping our social distancing, and then take your empty cup and drop it off in the trash receptacle right before you go down the altar, or down the ramp, I'm sorry. The body of Christ given for you.
The blood of Christ shed for you.
So as Joy has finished receiving communion, you'll notice that she is walking back, and she's now on the font side of the baptismal font side of the sanctuary, and she's coming around to the back, and she'll come all the way around, as you see, and then she will come up the middle and return to her seat, and there she goes. All right. And now you see Jim is at worship, and Jim maintained his social distance, and he continued forth, and now you see Jim is sitting on the baptismal font side of the congregation, and even though Jim came out from the center and went to this side to receive communion, he comes back in on the outside, as you saw just now. And now worship has ended, and we're preparing to exit for the day. And you'll notice that as the usher comes up, the usher will lead the worshipers or guide the worshipers out of their pews. And as they go out, they will exit through the narthex doors. They will come around by the mailboxes, check their communication box, and then exit through the main entrance doors that we saw in the initial part of the video where we did not use them. Now it's time. Now, as we're leaving worship today, we've come out of the worship area, and you'll see that Jim is going to his mailbox. Now, Joy doesn't need to check her mailbox today, and it's certainly okay for her to just exit the door that she came into originally. Now, Jim will be going around to his mailbox, and then he'll be exiting through the what we call the keypad doors, or the exterior doors there. We're still staying out of the gathering room, but Jim will exit that way, and we'll be done for the day. So again, we thank you for reviewing this video and preparing for worship here. This seems like a lot, but in these COVID times, we definitely do not want to contribute to the number of cases of this coronavirus. We want to do everything we can to keep everyone safe. We want to have our mask on when we get out of our car. We want to wear our mask through the whole service. And when we get back to our car, and as I have recently learned, it's good to sanitize your hands even before you take your mask off so that you can do the right thing there. And so again, we thank you. We look forward to you being with us. If you are watching this and you are not a Lutheran worshiper here, if you're not a member of the congregation, but you're interested in worship, know that everyone is welcome here. We welcome members and guests alike, and we hope that everyone will feel comfortable to come. If you're not well, if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay. We will have these worship services recorded. You can go onto our website, holytrinitykingsport.org, click on worship services, and the service that is the most recent will be at the top. And so there is an opportunity for everyone to be connected. The main thing we need to do right now is continue to pray that folks will be healed and that all will go well, and we'll soon have a vaccine for this coronavirus. But in the meantime, we're going to do everything we can to have a safe place for worship. Thank you.